So let me get this straight, Emily. Last week, you went networking and for all intents and purposes, you stood by the wall.
I stood by the wall.
I mean, is this like carrying a watermelon or nobody puts baby in the corner, but you stood by a wall?
Do you know what? It felt like, Noah, the whole watermelon carrying thing where you feel like really, really awkward and you don't really know what to do. And I do usually feel like I know what to do. But on this occasion, I was like, oh, yes. So I was pretty much stood by the side of a wall for the entire duration of not one, but two networking events back to back. And I thought it'd be a good conversation to have today because I don't think I'm the only one who feels like this sometimes when it comes to networking. Even if you are a confident, cool dude. Well, I'm not.
Well, look, I mean, we've discussed this before, right? But I used to send you networking because I couldn't get my head past talking to people.
You still do send me networking.
Well, no. Now I send you networking because it's basically fact that people prefer you, right? Google has proven to us that people prefer Emily.
Is that because you're having a midlife crisis and you have, elephant in the room, cut your beard off and have this kind of 90s tash going on?
Well, I didn't wish to label it a midlife crisis, and at no point did I think it was a midlife crisis. But now you say that, I feel there is evidence there to support that.
And that is why you don't go networking, because people go.
I know. But when as we're on to the tash before we get back to networking.
Onto the tash.
When those of you came to the fabulous Yellow Tuxedo coffee morning about 2 months ago, what month are we in now? April, March. I think it was February. We talked about Benson Boone at the Grammys. And I was like gobsmacked. It's like basically that's how I want to do my morning when he touches J-Lo on the corner and on her shoulder on the corner and then goes and jumps off the piano. But his Tash was singing to me. So I got my barber, who is called Tash, to shave me in chat. Anyway, that's not why people are here. Networking, Emily, standing by the wall. Because I know you, right? And I know you're actually more of a talker than I am, I think. Did I say that? Right. So I know you wouldn't have literally stood by a wall for the entire thing because also I'm a literal person and you're not. You're a general. But I do know exactly what you mean.
I think as well, networking is a thing business owners do. I think it's a tried and tested method. People who are in small businesses, they tick that box every single month, be it an online or an in-person event. Going networking is part of the course of having a business, right?
Yep.
But I don't believe to be true, and this is my opinion only, so please don't come for me if you think otherwise.
Come for her. Address in the description.
It's not necessarily the most efficient way of running your business at all, because if you're like myself, and if you feel like this sounds a bit like you as well, you go along to those networking meetings, and more often than not, they're quite busy. So the first one had about 30 or 40 people. The second one had 120 people in the room. And you do one of two things. You either stand there and you go, "Hi, my name's Emily," and you shake hands and then you deliver your elevator pitch to whoever will listen. I didn't do that. Or you go, "Oh my God, where do I?" And I find it's so overwhelming to know where to stand in the first instance that you may kind of talk to one or two people. You might gravitate towards the people you already know in the room. #fact.
#fact. You'd always go and speak to, you would cement those relationships.
But I think I spoke to, again, my fault, not anyone else's, spoke to one person who was brand new to me, kind of did the small talk, excused myself to go and get myself a coffee, and then went, "Oh, the presentations are starting," sat down, listened to 3 presentations, and then skedaddled to the second event. So in terms of actual productivity, I found it very, very limiting. So
what's the answer? Emily, what's the solution? What could we be do I need to go and get a crowbar? Or dropping it in? What's it?
You tell me what the solution is, Alan. You tell me.
No, you tell us.
You tell me.
You tell us.
We obviously created the Funpreneurs Big Day Out last year, and we are about to have its second run in June, on June the 19th. What we loved about that event last year was the fact that you didn't, have a wall to stand against because we were out in a theme park. There were no physical walls to stand there.
No, not even a metaphorical wall.
Not even a metaphorical wall to stand against. But the fact that you weren't talking about a very strict kind of business 101, this is what I do, this is who I serve, this is who I'm looking for, listen to some businessy stuff and then go home again, meant that the quality of conversations was infinitely better, in my opinion. You may think the similar.
Yeah. And, sorry, I'm also laughing. We are very privileged and fortunate, because you have to say these things, to live in the country. Actually, we are privileged and fortunate to live in the countryside. I imagine you can hear the blimmin' motorways worth of cars currently driving past.
Fact. fact, right?
And the cacophony of birds tweeting.
It's nice. We thought, do you know what? It's a nice sunny day outside. She says, wearing a puffer jacket as well. We went, oh, let's go and get the coats on if we're going to carry this on. The sun is shining behind those trees that we can't see, really, but I can hear the birds, and it must be a lovely day out there. Yeah. But literally every single car under the planet has decided to drive past this 10-minute slot.
They have. Going back to networking now, I agree, right? So I get networking, I get targeted, but everyone says you're not meant to go networking targeted to sell, you're meant to be going to build relationships. But we all want to find someone to sell to, but fundamentally we know we need to build relationships, right? Get it, it's fine, it's all true. And that is, I was talking to someone, I can't say who, because I know they're doing a quote for us to share out, so I can't mention it. But they basically said, Alan, I just had so many great conversations and I've made friends for life from it. And I'm like, do you know what? That's all we wanted. And we always talk about when you go networking, the conversation you have in the queue for food or the conversation you have for coffee or in the stairwell on the way out. That's what we wanted to take those little snapshots, didn't we? And extrapolate.
Extrapolate.
I've had cacophony and extrapolate in this episode.
It must be the moustache. Must be bringing the vocabulary.
I'm more intelligent now I have a moustache.
Is it because your teeth are more accessible?
My teeth are more accessible. Are you teeth shaming me?
No, I just can see. I can see your beautiful teeth now.
I can't think you're teeth shaming me. Are you going to make me sing Freddie Mercury? Gail loves us singing.
No.
If I was to sing a Queen song, what one would you want me to sing?
Well, you could do the one.
Who wants to be? What's the next line?
It's Who Wants to Live Forever.
Yeah. Who wants to live forever?
Or you could wear a dressing gown. I want to break free.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway, will we get
both of us singing that? That was not good.
No, I know. Moving on. Even I felt we should move on.
But going back to standing against the wall.
Yeah.
I think there must be more of us out there, whether it's standing against the one being silent or gravitating towards people and liking small groups. Because in a room of 120 people, right?
Who do you speak to next?
Who do you speak to next? Isn't it? And whatever the buy-in. So this particular one, I'm happy to say, was at IKEA. Brilliant. They gave you free...
Actually, it was a fab looking event.
It was a brilliant, busy event. It was in the middle of the store, in the cafe area. There were free meatballs. The conversation was great, and the.
How many balls did you put in your mouth in one go?
Oh my God. My mum watches this.
Your mum does not watch any of our... My dad watches this. Sorry, Dad. Carry on.
But my point is, in that short space of time, how many people can you speak to? And it's very difficult sometimes to kind of weed out and kind of walk through to work out where to stand next. And I think that's a common thing that not all of us talk about because we are going networking for our business. And that's kind of like a tick box exercise.
It is. So we are going to finish on the Funpreneurs Big Day Out, 19th of June, funpreneur.co.uk. Come along and get involved. That's it, isn't it?
What date is it again?
What did I say?
Remind me.
19th of June. Oh, right. Was that just get me to say it again? Oh, 19th of June. Thursday night. Have we said where it is?
No.
Poulton's Park in Hampshire.
It's a hoot hoot.
It's a hoot hoot.
Do they even use that as a strapline anymore? It's a hoot hoot.
Not since 1987.
Well, before you grew your beard then, your moustache.
Who wants to live forever? Yeah.
There are other ways. Find your people. Come and find us.
And that's it, isn't it? It's about finding your tribe.
No, you can't. No.
There's tribe on our band list.
Tribes on our band list.
It's about finding the people you like to hang out with. It's not as catchy as tribe.
Bye.
Bye.